Did you know that your mental health might be directly linked to the health of your hair? In a world where stress and anxiety are increasingly common, understanding the connections between our mind and body becomes essential. Hair loss is an issue that affects many people, and often its causes are deeper than they appear. In today's video, we'll explore 7 habits that may indicate your hair loss is related to anxiety. This connection is not only supported by scientific studies, but also serves as an important starting point for seeking appropriate treatment and improving your quality of life. 7. Eating disorders caused by anxiety. You know, when we talk about anxiety and its effects, we often forget how it can affect seemingly disconnected aspects of our life, such as our hair health. One of the first signs that your anxiety may be affecting your hair's health is the presence of eating disorders. Anxiety can lead us to develop irregular or unhealthy eating habits, which, believe it or not, have a major impact on our hair. I'll tell you a case that illustrates this well. I knew someone, my girlfriend, who, under great pressure at work and family problems, began to skip meals. With no time and lots of anxiety, she opted for quick and non-nutritious snacks, ignoring fruits, vegetables, and proteins. Over time, her hair began to fall out more than usual. This happened because she was not consuming essential nutrients, such as iron and zinc, which are fundamental for maintaining healthy hair. These nutrients are like fuel for the hair follicles. Iron, for instance, helps transport oxygen to the scalp cells, promoting healthy hair growth. Zinc contributes to hair repair and the growth of new hair. When anxiety affects our eating, this nutritional imbalance can lead directly to hair loss. Therefore, it is so important to take care not only of the mind, but also of the body. Maintaining a balanced diet is crucial, not only for physical health, but also for our mental health. And when we notice that anxiety is beginning to interfere with our eating habits, it may be time to seek help. This will not only improve the quality of your hair, but also your overall quality of life. 6. Changes in sleep cycle. Another aspect that often goes unnoticed when we think about the effects of anxiety is sleep. Have you ever had nights where, no matter how tired you were, you just couldn't sleep thinking about the worries of the next day? Or maybe you woke up several times during the night. Well, anxiety can really do this to us, and these sleepless nights have a direct impact on the health of our hair. Sleep is the time when our body recovers and repairs our cells, including hair cells. During deep sleep, our body releases important hormones, like the growth hormone, which aid in the repair and growth of tissues. When our sleep cycle is frequently interrupted, this repair process is compromised. The result? Weaker hair and, eventually, hair loss. To give an example, I remember a friend who was going through a complicated divorce. Sleepless nights became a constant in her life due to stress and anxiety. Over time, she noticed that her hair was thinner and falling out more than usual. When she finally addressed her anxiety and improved her sleep pattern, the health of her hair began to improve as well. So, how's your sleep? If you notice that your anxiety is affecting your nights of rest, it might be a good time to explore relaxation techniques before bedtime, such as meditation or a relaxing nighttime routine. In addition to helping you sleep better, this can also positively reflect on the health of your hair. I hope this information helps you understand how small details of our daily life, influenced by anxiety, can have major consequences. Ready to learn more about how the habit of pulling your hair might be related to your anxiety? 5. Hair pulling habit. Now, let's talk about a habit that often is a clear sign of anxiety, but may go unnoticed or be minimized. Trichotillomania, which is the uncontrollable impulse to pull one's own hair. This might seem just a nervous habit or nervousness, but in reality, it is a serious condition often associated with high levels of stress and anxiety. People with trichotillomania often pull hair from specific areas, leaving visible patches. This behavior not only damages the hair follicles, but can also lead to self-esteem issues and more anxiety, creating a difficult cycle to break. I'll tell you about a case I know well. My brother, who works with me, started pulling his hair during meetings or while working on tight deadlines. Initially, he didn't realize he was doing it until bald patches began to appear on his head. With professional help, he discovered that this habit was a way to cope with his anxiety. By addressing the anxiety, he was able to significantly reduce this behavior. If you find yourself pulling your hair, it may be a sign that your anxiety needs attention. There are specific therapies and support groups that can help people with trichotillomania find other ways to deal with anxiety, reducing the need to pull hair. Understanding that this behavior is a symptom and not an isolated problem is crucial. This can alleviate the guilt or shame that often accompanies such habits and pave the way for a more effective solution. So, does this information help you understand better how anxiety can manifest in ways we might not expect? 4. Neglecting hair hygiene. When we're weighed down by anxiety, even the most basic tasks can become challenging. This includes taking proper care of our hair. Neglecting hair hygiene is a habit that can emerge during periods of high anxiety, and it has a direct impact on the health of our hair. Let's think about how this happens. During periods of intense stress or anxiety, you might feel so overwhelmed that even the idea of taking a shower and taking care of your hair seems like a Herculean task. You might start skipping washes or using products inappropriately, which leads to the buildup of oiliness on the scalp. This excessive oiliness can clog the hair follicles, resulting in hair loss and even problems like seborrheic dermatitis. For example, someone watching right now might understand an example of a person going through a painful divorce reached a point where she could barely get out of bed, let alone maintain a personal care routine. Her hair, which was once a source of pride, began to look dull and brittle. When she sought help for her anxiety and began to resume her care routine, she noticed a significant improvement, not only in her mental well-being, but also in the health of her hair. If you find yourself in this situation, it's important to remember that taking care of yourself is not just about appearance. It's also a form of therapy for the mind. Creating and maintaining personal care routines can be an effective way to combat anxiety and improve your overall health. Starting something as simple as a regular hair care routine not only helps keep your hair healthy, but can also provide a sense of normalcy and control in turbulent times. This change in perspective can be incredibly powerful. By taking care of your hair, you are also taking care of your mind. 3. Excessive styling and use of chemical products. Often when we're anxious, we look for ways to control or improve our self-image as a way to deal with our insecurities. This can lead to a behavior of excessive hairstyling, frequently using harsh chemical products or heat tools. These practices, while they might offer a temporary improvement in appearance, have long-term consequences for the health of the hair. For example, let's say you are facing a series of job interviews, started using a flat iron and straightening products daily to feel more confident. Initially, it seemed like a good strategy, but over time your hair began to show signs of severe damage. It became brittle, and the hair loss increased significantly. This happens because excessive heat and chemicals can damage the hair's proteins, as well as compromise the integrity of the hair follicles. If you identify with this situation, it might be time to reassess your hair care routine. Reducing the frequency of using heat tools and choosing less aggressive products can not only improve the health of your hair, but also reduce the anxiety that comes with constant worry about your appearance. Moreover, it's important to understand that this need for constant change and excessive concern about appearance may be reflections of underlying anxiety that needs to be addressed. Working on this aspect with a professional can help relieve the pressure to maintain a perfect image and allow you to adopt healthier practices. If you've made it this far, it's already a good reason to follow me. Let's continue. 2. Social isolation and lack of physical activity. Social isolation and lack of physical activity are common behaviors in those who suffer from severe anxiety. These conditions might seem like just psychological symptoms, but they have very tangible effects on physical health, including hair health. Let's understand how this happens. When we socially isolate ourselves, we significantly reduce our interactions and outdoor activities. This behavior can lead to a more sedentary lifestyle with little to no physical exercise. Regular physical activity is crucial not only for maintaining general health, but also for promoting blood circulation, including to the scalp. Good blood circulation is essential for transporting oxygen and nutrients to the hair follicles, which promotes healthy hair growth. A practical example of this is a friend who, after being fired, withdrew and avoided almost all social interactions. He spent most of his time at home, inactive. Over time, he not only noticed an increase in his anxiety level, but also a deterioration in the health of his hair. When he began to exercise regularly, even if it was just a daily walk, he saw improvements not only in his mental health, but also in the quality of his hair. The power of physical activity is impressive. It can be as simple as possible, and the mind seems to lighten instantly. Therefore, if you feel isolated and notice that your physical activity has decreased, considering incorporating some type of exercise into your routine can be beneficial. It doesn't need to be anything intense. A regular walk outdoors can make a big difference. In addition to improving circulation, exercise can be an excellent antidote to anxiety, helping to alleviate stress and promote a sense of well-being. 1. Compulsive scratching or rubbing the scalp. Compulsive scratching, or the act of incessantly rubbing the scalp, is a behavior that can often be driven by anxiety. It might seem like a simple, harmless habit, but in reality, it has the potential to cause significant damage to your hair's health. This behavior usually arises as a way to cope with stress or anxiety. Some people may not realize they are doing it, especially in moments of high tension. The problem is that compulsively rubbing the scalp can damage the hair follicles and irritate the skin, which can lead to hair loss and other dermatological issues. For example, an acquaintance of mine started rubbing his scalp while studying for final exams at university. It was an unconscious way to relieve nervousness. Over time, he developed an irritated area on the scalp that began to lose hair more easily. When he realized the connection between his behavior and his hair condition, he sought healthier ways to manage his stress, such as practicing mindfulness and yoga, which helped reduce his compulsion for scratching. If you frequently find yourself rubbing your scalp, especially in moments of anxiety, exploring relaxation techniques and mindfulness can be helpful. These practices not only help reduce overall anxiety, but also minimize the need to resort to physical coping habits, like compulsive scratching. Adopting a mindful approach to dealing with your anxiety can have a significant positive impact on your hair health and overall well-being. Dealing with anxiety is a challenge, but recognizing how it affects not just your mind, but also your body, is the first step to regaining control and improving your quality of life. I hope this information helps clarify how habits influenced by anxiety can impact your hair health and offer pathways for you to start making positive changes. These 7 habits are not just signs that your anxiety may be affecting your hair's health, but are also indicative that your mental health needs attention. Addressing these habits and seeking treatment for anxiety can not only help reduce hair loss, but also significantly improve your quality of life. If you identify with any of these signs, consider seeking professional help. And if you found this topic interesting or useful, consider exploring more about how to take care of your mental and physical health. And of course, if you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications for more content like this. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.